Hello and welcome to Tidewell Hospice's realistic job preview for our assisted living and long-term care service lines. My name is Eric Hugan, a recruiter at Tidewell. We have created this realistic job preview in an effort to hire the best nurses for our patients and their loved ones, while giving nurses an overview about what it's like to work for Tidewell Hospice. In this particular video, we will first describe what it's like to be a nurse working with Tidewell overall. Then we want to particularly describe the unique characteristics of working with our patients in assisted living facilities and long-term care communities while collaborating with the staff at those facilities. We hope this will answer questions you might have about working at Tidewell, as well as prompt questions that you will want to ask during the hiring process. We want this to be the best job for you and for you to make a home at Tidewell Hospice. So enjoy the video. We look forward to exploring your opportunities at Tidewell Hospice.
You know, there's a lot of times I leave here feeling like I've made a difference.
Nothing even compares to the reward with this job.
I think I changed since I took this position. You just value things so much more.
It's the most rewarding job that I could ever imagine.
For me, professionally, it has been a wonderful fit.
I came to hospice because I really could see the value of that and understand what a difference it could make to people.
I think everybody in working for Tidewell has to have empathy, and you need to put aside all of your problems because none of them add up to what they're going through at that moment.
I would say if you're thinking about, working with Tidewell, Tidewell is a wonderful place to work, but you have to know that you're ready to deal with death because that's something that we face. No matter how you understand death and the dying process, each time is a different experience. You have a different connection with each patient, so your reaction to the deaths can be a little different than you expected it.
I think there's nothing more rewarding than being there at that crucial part in somebody's life where you can actually have an impact on them and their family and make a difference and make it a positive encounter and support them in every way you can.
We all collaborate, we have our big team meetings, we work together. If there's a moment where any of us need support or help, there is always somebody at the other end of the phone.
Well, these patients are at the end of their life, and we want them to enjoy the last part of their life rather than being rushed through everything and doing things that they don't want to do. It's always up to the patient.
You may have a caseload of 12 patients, but when you're working with one patient, you have one patient. There's a big difference. You get to focus on your patient, all the patient concerns. It's just that one patient at that moment. You're not spread thin.
The clinicians that I interface with at Tidewell are some of the best that I have ever worked with, and I've been a nurse for a very long time. The same with the CNAs. Our CNAs are phenomenal. The social workers, the chaplains, everyone, they are so dedicated. From that standpoint, you're not going to find an organization that really exemplifies the mission of the company more than Tidewell does.
So the primary big difference between long-term care and ALF is ALF are people that need some assistance with activities of daily living. Long-term care are people who are going to need much more skilled nursing.
An assisted living facility, the residents here, they're able to get around easier. They're kind of like in either little small efficiencies or rooms.
So our two primary diagnoses are usually end-stage dementia and cardiac. But we do have a diverse group of people who have all things from neurological diseases, Parkinson's, renal failure.
So you don't have as many nurses there. You usually have at least one charge nurse. Everyone else there is med technicians as well as CNAs.
The assisted living is more alert people. I can get more one-on-one conversation, have fun with the residents, like playing cards and bingo or whatever it is, activities that they have going on.
That if you're in a long-term care facility, you're just really case managing. You're going to go in and make sure that they're getting what they need as from a Tidewell perspective, comfort measures, and then really communicating well with the staff and just letting them know, getting new orders and then making sure they're aware of all those new orders.
In ALF nursing, you're going to be lifting and helping to turn patients. Long-term care nursing, that's not going to happen. The facility staff does the hands-on care. You may help move them if you're taking their blood pressure or something, but you're not, generally speaking, you're not lifting patients. In an ALF setting, you're going to be lifting patients and helping clean patients and helping do whatever needs to be done.
Communication is just huge across all boards, I think, here at Tidewell. You know, these people who are in the end stage of their life, their families want to know. They want to know what's happening. I think you have to have not only your nursing skills and the ability to look at medications and get the orders and take care of the acute needs of the patient, but you're still working with the facilities too. So I think it's a little bit more complex in that. It's a style of nursing that is different. You've got to have that ability to be able to communicate with the facility and the family and to do that hands-on nursing.
Long-term care is a whole different entity. Long-term care, we're more in a partnership. The care facility provides the hands-on care. So we go in and kind of provide our recommendations as far as how can we meet the patient's needs if they're exhibiting any symptoms. And so they use our knowledge and our expertise regarding pain management and symptom management to help keep those patients as comfortable as possible.
I think to be able to work in this group with us, it's good because you have diverse patients. It keeps your nursing skills up to snuff. You're really working with lots of different diagnoses, and it keeps your hands in the game. If you still want hands-on nursing, I think you would probably be best suited to come to ALF because you're still going to have that piece of the nursing. When they're in a long-term care facility, that's done by the acute team in the facility. So that's the big difference between the two.
If you don't like to communicate, if you're shy, if you're an introvert, if you don't want to say, hi, I'm here, hello, I'm in your building, see me, I'm here, I'm the hospice nurse. If you don't want to do that, then long-term care, ALF may not be the team for you. Maybe it's the home team. Maybe you really need to think about the home team. But if you're okay with being big and bold and saying, yep, I'm here, I'm from Tidewell, who else can I talk to, who else can I meet, then come to our team.
My favorite part about working for Tidewell Hospice is meeting so many interesting individuals and hearing their stories about their life. I feel quite privileged to be able to hear their stories and what their life was like. It's very rewarding.
I have good memories. I don't know if it's funny to say that, you know, hospice, you know, to say you have, but there are good deaths. And I think we help them to have that for them and the family.
Coming to Tidewell is going to help bring everything full circle. A lot of people get into nursing because they're caring and they want to help others. Caring for someone and providing quality of life at end of life is just really like the icing on the cake. You really get to make those last moments meaningful, and that's the last thing you could do for someone before they die. I think that's awesome.
I just think it's one of the most rewarding jobs you can be in, to work at Tidewell. I've been in almost every area of nursing, and I landed here because I see the value in it. And I just think it's an amazing place to work, and I think it's incredibly rewarding and incredibly impactful.